You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Okay, welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Darkest Dungeon. There was another intro sequence that I kind of missed, but it's alright. This game is I want to say RPG roguelike, but I don't really think it's a roguelike. The basis is your family's...
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path.
Yeah, the narrator's going to talk. It's going to talk constantly throughout this, so I do apologize for that. But this guy, these guys are on their way to this
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
Wow, that's really bad. 10 critical right off the bat. Okay, so let me explain what's happening. This up here is your light for the area that you're in, and as it decreases, your stress, which is represented by these white squares down here, for your characters increases. What this means is the more stressed that they become, just looking at these real quick, the more stressed they become, the more detrimental they could become to your party. As they're stressed out, they could cause panic in the group and cause other members to get stressed out, and then it just snowballs after that, pretty much, if you're not careful. But let's go to the combat. The combat is percentage based in that, well, it's slightly luck based as well. We can see here that if we use Open Vein with our highwayman here, it's kind of like a rogue. Down at the bottom you'll see golden text which says hero to hit, 83% chance. Basically that means we have an 83% chance to do anywhere from 4 to 9 damage to this guy with Open Vein. And Open Vein also bleeds 2 points of damage per round for 3 rounds, so an additional 6 damage. So we're going to go ahead and use that. And we got a 19 critical, which is ridiculous. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Struck.
So that was really quick. We get some gold, which is simple enough. And we're going to have this guy eat the food, because you don't get to take food with you after you complete a dungeon, basically. And yeah, while exploring, you find interactive objects, such as this tent. Tents usually have food or gold in them, and sometimes
unchecked.
this stuff, which
there
is
much to be found in forgotten places.
basically this just gives you money at the end of the mission, which is what we want. And I think in here is going to be a boss fight. Yeah.
An ambush. Send
I had recorded this once already.
The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is
But,
no longer welcome.
Yeah, my party ended up dying, like, very horribly on this fight, so we're gonna try to keep that from happening this round. Basically, let's see if we can't stun this guy. I think I basically just handled it really badly. This guy got buffed. It's 20% stun resistance. And the game has been updated, so I don't know if it's actually been made harder. But I've never actually had guys die before, so in this tutorial mission, so I'm assuming that it was just made harder, which kind of sucks, but it's expected. And luckily, they're not doing as much damage as they did the last time that we fought them, which was quite a bit, actually. They, like, that guy critted for 10 on both of them, and it was a massacre, pretty much. And we may still die, honestly. But we're gonna hope not. Try to stun this guy again, because his buff resistance went down, but he resisted anyway. Nice dodge. Now you can see that we have bleeds on us right now, which is 1 point of damage per round for 1 more round on this guy and 2 more rounds on this guy. Not great, but I think we're going to end up surviving this anyway. I'm doing really nice damage to this guy, so hopefully he doesn't get too many attacks in. Our tank here is pretty close to death, which is, needless to say, bad.
Ebbs, terrible vistas of emptiness
Luckily,
reveal
when
themselves.
heroes reduce to 0 HP, they're at death's door. They don't die instantly. All in this state, they suffer stat penalties, of course, plus any further damage has a chance to kill them. The only way to get them off death's door is to heal them, of course. The only way to heal, however, is with food and healing spells, which we don't have anybody that has a healing spell, so we're kind of screwed in that regard. I'm hoping that we can kill both of these guys with 1 hit, and it looks like we're going to be able to, if this guy doesn't miss. Yeah, nice. So,
the turning point.
we did actually get to keep our
Confidence surges as the enemy
our
crumbles.
heroes this time, which is pretty great. We're going to take this chest. Of course it's trapped, and he gets blighted, but that's okay, because we're done. And that is the tutorial, if that tells you anything. It was a little easier than the first recording I made, where our tank died, and this guy was, like, extremely stressed out. And as you level, you get slow reflexes, thick blood. You get little quirks. Basically, these can be negative or positive. This is a negative one. -1 speed isn't too bad. Plus 10% blight resistance is pretty good. And this guy gets Meditator, which means he improves stress reduction while meditating and while camping, which is pretty good. Positives, you get to keep the higher your
Welcome home,
character's level.
such as it is.
And
This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands.
let's see,
They
we
are
have
yours
quests.
now.
Defeat the Apprentice
you are
Necromancer,
bound
defeat the
to
Swine
them.
Prince, the Wizened Hag, and the Necromancer. The Wizened Hag was my first boss, and the only boss that I actually fought when I did play this game. And she was very difficult. So we're gonna probably go for the Apprentice Necromancer at first. And luckily we didn't lose any characters, and they do become fully healed once they come back to town, but your stress is what you need to reduce while you're in
Women
town.
and men, soldiers and outlaws,
And what we want to do
fools and corpses. All will
is
find their
right
way
click
to us
on these
now that the
characters
road
to
is
see
clear.
what spells they get. Judgment is a nice spell. Zoophobia, 20% stress resistance. Stress above 50, minus 100% food consumption, which, so she doesn't get hungry as long as she's above 50 stress, which is good and bad. You can switch outfits, really? That's really nice that they've added this. Yeah. So, that's pretty sweet, actually. This wasn't in the game before, which is pretty awesome. But, yeah, okay, so she does have a heal spell, Divine Grace. She's got Divine Comfort, which is a party heal, and a debuff, which also does damage. So she's going to be a really good addition to the party. We're going to put her there.
Sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
Sydney. He's bulimic in camp. Minus 20% heal received. Not great. Chance to turn any miss into a hit, which is awesome. And Slugger. 10% melee damage. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any melee attacks just yet. He does do good in the back row, however. What we'll likely do is get rid of embalming vapors, or emboldening vapors rather, and get incision, because that is actually a good one to have. It will let him attack the 2 front rows and attack the back rows, which is really good. Death blow resistance is 67%, which is great. He has really nice resistances, actually. Eventually, we'll be able to rename. I think I actually like the white one for this guy. Or do I? The black one's not bad. I think I'll keep the black one. And I am actually going to name this guy Rabbit, because I do enjoy the Plague Doctors. And eventually we can remove these with the cost of money. So we will put this guy here.
What better laboratory than the
And
blood-soaked battlefield?
let's see. We will upgrade our stagecoach. This is how you get your heroes for your roster, and you get them after every quest. So what we can do is upgrade it to increase the number of available heroes to 3.
Word is traveling. Ambition is stirring.
Which will
in
help us out a lot.
distant
We
cities.
could upgrade it again,
can use
but
this.
I'm not going to. I'm going to save our upgrade components, which are these down here, and
Most will end up here.
save it
covered in
for
the
these
poisoned
things,
earth,
which I'll cover
awaiting
in
merciful
as we unlock
oblivion.
them. So our first task is to embark on our first quest,
A
and
mecca
this
of madness and
will be
morbidity.
the
Your work begins.
first dungeon that we go into, and they're represented by levels. This is apprentice level 1, so this is for pretty much everybody. Complete 100% of room battles, and this is our rewards. So what we will do is line everybody up like this. This is front to back, and we will go provisions. Now provisions are something
Cost
you
of
want to
preparedness,
make sure you
measured
have.
now in gold,
We will take,
later in blood.
we could take 4, or we could take 8, but we're only going to take 4 because I don't think we'll need to use it for healing. At least I hope not. We will take, let's see, we'll take 6 torches. I think that'll be enough. We'll take a shovel, a holy water, and 6 bandages. That should be good enough. And a skeleton key. I'll explain these as we get to use them, but for now this is what we're going to use. This could end badly, as I don't know exactly what's changed with the
Fiends
updates,
must be
but
driven back. And what better place to begin
we
than the
will
seat
see. So we're going to go
of our
up
noble
first,
line.
and hopefully not run into anything too gruesome. And we're going to let whistles. So this guy's a kleptomaniac apparently, which means he automatically loots stuff. Yeah, I'll be keeping this for myself. Reward hard earned. Which means we don't actually get to keep that stuff, which is bad. And you can see what their quirks are. Kleptomaniac, prone to stealing items, God-fearing, only pray for relief, and slow reflexes. Not great,
Ambushed by foul inventions.
but not too bad. The kleptomaniac can be annoying, and luckily this was an empty room. And this guy was damaged for 6. Not great, but again, we have a healer, so we'll be okay, I think. And we have a bunch of maggots. This is actually a pretty simple fight for us. They do cause a little bit of stress, but I don't think it's going to be anything we can't handle. What we will do is use Divine Grace on this guy to heal him up a little bit. And we'll probably keep using this chick as a healer, and we'll just use Grape Shot on all of these. It hits these 3 units. This means they're linked together so that they will be doing damage, and we have a 75% chance to hit for 2 to 5, which is good for 3 targets. We actually killed one outright, which is awesome. And I'm pretty sure that we can heal this guy up fully, perhaps. Let's see. We do have an ability to stun, or we can buff. disorienting isn't going to do anything, I don't think. What I will do, I think, is this guy's going to go next. So we'll buff up his damage. Gives him 15% more damage, and then we will use Zealous Accusation, which will hit these two for 4 to 9 with 80% chance. It should kill them both outright. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Give them no quarter.
I know I'm going through this quite fast, and
as the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
And it may be, we'll just buff this guy. It may not be making too much sense yet, but as you guys leave comments and ask, and as we get further into it, it'll make more sense.
Executed with impunity.
But that was a pretty easy fight, considering. And what we will do is our light is getting low, which means stress is going to go up. And the light is dim. So what we want to do, since these are only apprentice level 1 characters, we want to increase the light. And I think the... we'll have our Plague Doctor, I think. Let's see. 15% traps. 0% traps. 30%. 10%. Okay. We'll have our Plague Doctor look at the alchemy table. Didn't really help. What you can do on those is... Rusty Iron Maiden stands against the wall, collapsed shut. We'll have our Highwayman check this out. Oh, that kind of sucks. Kind of trapped him in there. And claustrophobia is his new quirk. Severe fear of enclosed spaces. That's a hindrance, but again, negative quirks can be removed eventually. So we'll light another torch.
As the light gains purchase,
and this room is empty,
spirits are
so we
lifted,
need to go back down.
and purpose is made clear.
This is actually going a lot better than the other recording I made, where everybody just died instantly. And that happens. It does happen. Like I said, the game is somewhat like a roguelike. There is permadeath as well. When a character dies, they are totally dead. And here you go. Here's the hunger mechanic. This is why we brought the food. 1 food per each party member. And you can see the negative of starving is eat nothing, take 20% damage plus stress damage. That's really bad. You don't want to do that. And here we eat 4 food, regain 5 health. We will. Or 5% health. We'll do that. We won't be stressed out, and we only have a few more rooms to go. So, yes, we will continue on. And this, I think, whistles kleptom. Oh, he's going to steal it. And it was trapped. We could have used our key on this and gotten some more stuff out of there, but kleptomania, as you can see, is a bit of a hindrance.
Traps lie in wait,
And
unsprung and thirsting
because our light was getting dim. We don't want to let the light get dim right now. I think later on, letting the light go dim is a good way to find loot, because it does increase the chance of loot. But we'll let her open the books. Fear of beasts. A lot of negative quirks coming from those. So, yeah, later on, using letting the light go dim will help you get loot and things a lot quicker, even better loot at times. We'll keep using Grape Shot with this guy because it damages everybody. And it can help out quite a bit, actually, from what I hear. I didn't make it that far in, so I'm not exactly sure. Let's see, what can we... Yeah, let's see if we can get this guy. Yeah, I've got him up front, which is awesome. These guys are going to lunge forward now, though, so I'm not sure. Yeah, this actually should turn out quite well. And we should hit both of these. Aw, 68% chance and they dodged. Not great, but that's okay. I don't think this guy can do much in the position he's in, so... Yeah, we'll keep doing Grape Shot. And they all dodged again, really? That's horrible luck. But luckily, we can probably keep shuffling this guy forward, I hope. 67% chance to hit, 63, 67. So we may as well try to shuffle him forward again. It did hit. I shuffled him forward 1. And let's see, minus 20 dodge. We could actually use Judgment here to do some damage to this guy. Or maybe this guy actually instead, because it does more damage. It'll heal her for 3, which is probably what I should have done before, instead of casting that bigger heal on her, but that's okay. And we can use bandages here. Patch up the bleeding. Zealous Accusation, 78% chance to hit this guy. It did hit and killed that one outright, which is awesome. And because of that, we got a little stress relief. So let's see. Yeah, this should kill this one. And did 3 damage to that guy, which is great. So we're getting some decent dice rolls now, finally. And we did get some bleeding there. So I think what we'll do is heal the party. Nice, got 2 on those guys, which is great. Every little bit does help. And we will, yeah, increase that guy's damage. I think he goes next, and he does. So what we can try to do is stun this guy, or we can try to kill him outright, which might be a better option. And it did kill him outright, which is good. So yeah, pretty simple fight.
This expedition at
Nothing
least
too
promises
badly,
success.
and we'll patch this guy up so he doesn't bleed. And we'll keep moving here. Sack's contents are ours. We get 100 gold for our trouble. Which is pretty awesome.
The
Increase the
match
light.
is struck.
We
A
may
blazing star is born.
end up running out of torches, but I don't think the light's going to get too dim on us before we do. And we can actually use a key on this chest, but we're going to have to kill these guys first. And we did get a surprise on these, which is awesome. Let's see if we can move this guy forward. He did resist. Not great, but that's quite alright. We'll get an extra turn anyway. And with this turn, we're going to heal everybody 1, I think. And then we'll attack with her next turn. 78% chance to kill, or hit, and we did kill 1 outright, which is pretty awesome. Very nicely done, I think. And we will Grape Shot yet again. They all 3 dodge, though. That sucks. 4 damage, it's not bad. And Stressful Incantation. Yeah, stress damage is a real problem, but we'll go ahead and... Nice, got the kill on that guy. And it healed her for 3 and gave her 4 stress relief, which is great. 6 to 13. Let's go ahead and see if we can't stun this guy. We did get the stun, which is good. So now what we can do is... try to increase this guy's damage. We'll give him 15% more. That's probably not going to be too much more damage, but it'll help. And we'll see if we can't debuff his dodge as well. As well as do his little damage, and we did debuff him, which is good. I actually didn't look at his resistance. He has 50% resistance to debuff, but that's alright. And 5 to 11 with 85% chance. Yeah, that should kill him outright, and it does. So that's good, and I think we can stun this guy as well. He only has 25% resistance. We'll at least do 2 points of damage. He did resist, though, which, not a big deal. Grand scheme of things, and we'll just buff everybody's damage because we can. And I think on next turn, what we're going to do with our cleric here is probably heal up this guy, if we can. 5 to 11. Or, you know, we can just kill that guy outright, and that'll work. And we did actually get another skeleton key, which is good.
So too will resistance.
And that's the end of the dungeon, actually. We could keep going, which I think we will. And what we do is drag this key up here. Opens a hidden compartment, which gets us more loot. And I think we're going to keep going, just in case we find some other stuff. Crate is empty, unfortunately. since we've already have the provisions and
Cruel machinations spring to life. With a
we don't get
purpose.
refunded, we will starve. And that's fine because we don't have any more fights anyway. As far as I know.
Those who covet injury find it in no short supply.
Masochist. Pain is pleasure to the just, to the willing, to the survivor. Interesting. If things get too dire, we will definitely hightail it out here, because we can leave at any time since the quest is complete. So sometimes you'll find like little books like this. Reads an unsettling passage. And that was just explaining about the torch. Which is fine because I don't think, or maybe we will get into a fight. And we did get surprised there, which is not great. Not great to say the least. So what we will do is, let's see, she can switch places with this guy, which will put him in front. And we can run from battle. We can retreat if we need to. We'll put this guy back up here, and that's got our party sorted out again. 80% chance to hit. We will do that. We might actually get a little bit of loot from these guys, which will be
Injury and
awesome if so.
set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
So if we can't move this guy forward, he did resist. That kind of sucks, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. These guys should die relatively quickly. Yeah, we just killed them both outright with that last attack, so... And we will heal this guy up with Divine Grace. And I think probably try to stun him. He's only got 10% stun resistance, so... Nice. Now before, they didn't get the stun resistance buff, so... That's good to know. 5 to 11 damage. 7. He's almost dead. He's at, yeah, he's at 1 health now. So we may actually get a decent amount of loot since our torch is so low. As you can see, it gives plus to loot, plus to critical hits, but also plus to stress and monster accuracy and damage. So we want to make sure that we kind of balance the risk versus the reward. And this guy should be dead now. Yeah. So,
Remind
yeah,
yourself that
better gold,
overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
which is helpful. We did get an extra shovel. The shovels and stuff are meaningless because we can't take it out of the dungeon, but the gold is nice to have. And that's it for this dungeon. And that's going to end this here.
More bones return
So,
to rest.
we didn't lose anybody.
Devils
we got
remanded to their abyss.
some nice heirlooms, which is what we use to upgrade our little town that we're in. And these treasures is what we use to upgrade our troops and or upgrade our units. And precision striker, plus 3% crit, nice. Upgrade our troops and remove these negative quirks. Plus 20% scouting chance, that's nice in the weld. Minus 1% critical chance, not bad. Mainly, you just want
My
to...
obsession caused this great foulness.
Let's see, we
and
unlock
it is
the tavern
shameful that I must rely upon you
and the
to set it
abbey.
right.
So, we want to go to our stagecoach. We did get another tank, it looks like. This guy has Smite, Bulwark of Faith, Battle Heal, and Holy Lance, which is pretty good. We would rather have Stunning Blow and probably Zealous Accusation. But I think that'll be just fine. Holy Lance is good, Battle Heal is pretty good. Bulwark of Faith is not great, but it works. It'll work. Reduce stress by 40, that's pretty nice actually. All companions plus 20% stress resistance, nice. Alright, so yeah, we will be dragging this guy over and taking him with
mighty
us.
sword arm anchored by holy purpose. A zealous warrior.
We'll sort everybody by class right now. And bounty hunters are actually pretty good. This guy has stress eater, plus 100% more food consumed while above 50 stress. But he has really nice damage, as you can tell. So we may actually take this guy. I think these guys actually have pretty good attacks as well. Like, yeah, this guy, monster stun, plus 33% damage. It's pretty nice. We can hook and drag forward. Yeah, so we're definitely going to take Marcy here.
The thrill of the hunt.
And Evelyn.
The promise of payment.
Which I'm guessing is a woman. In town will only meditate. Stress heal. So this guy's not that great. Come hither. This is the pool. Okay, yeah. Uppercut is a knockback. Flashbang is a shuffle. So this guy has a lot of... this guy actually has a lot of moving around skills. So what we'll do... Actually try to drag his skill over. Is have Evelyn and Marcy go together, I think.
The promise of payment.
So he prefers... Yeah. Evelyn and Marcy will likely go together. And what we can do...
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
Now, the caretaker is in here, which means we can't put anyone in there for stress relief. Which is totally fine. We can put this guy in the bar. Put Rabbit in the brothel. And we do have to pay for this, so we'll pay for that, pay for that.
The cobwebs have been dusted.
And what
the
was
pews
Reynolds? I think he'll
straight.
only...
The
yeah,
Abbey
will only pray.
calls to the faithful.
So he will only go in the transept. And this one, of course, can go anywhere, I think. So we'll go to the cloister. And we can pay to have this stuff increase stress recovery, but I don't think it's too big of a deal yet. They should be just fine for now. So we want to save as much as we can for now. And we'll upgrade our stagecoach again, I think. Yeah, just so we get more heroes. And we want
ambition is
to go for more deeds next,
cities.
but
we can use this.
I think this is going to be in an episode. We probably should have saved one of these to go with this group here, but they're all pretty stressed out. Yeah, we can always just come back and take one. I may take Rabbit because he's good in the back and he can buff everybody, so that may be a thing that we do. But for this episode, this is going to be it. If you guys have any comments, suggestions, hints, tips, tricks of the newly updated Darkest Dungeon, feel free to, you know, comment, send me a message, whatever. And that's going to be it for this episode. Until then, I thank you guys for watching. I hope this series goes well. And I will see you all in the next episode.